It's time for a truth bomb. It really is. It's time for a truth bomb. It's time I actually said how I really feel deep inside because this player is annoying me. Is really annoying me.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a truth bomb for you guys, so hope you guys enjoy this. I have to be very, very honest about Romelu Lukaku. I feel like I've not entirely been honest about the whole thing. I think I've been in the sense where I've been compromising the situation, where I've tried to, dilly dally, sort of make do with the whole situation, where I really should be saying what I want and how I feel, as opposed to trying to understand that let's try and do something with Romelu Lukaku. Look, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this particular news was actually out yesterday, but it wasn't out from any publication that I completely believed. But now that Fabrizio Romano is also talking about it, you have to somewhat try and understand this. And there was another particular person, Angelo Manginalti, I think that's his name. I'll get to his tweet very soon. But this particular tweet here from Fabrizio Romano, before I absolutely unleash on what I want to say, Inter board will meet Romelu Lukaku's lawyer in the coming hours. Belgian striker dreams of returning to Inter, but nothing has been discussed yet with Chelsea on formula, salary, and more at Sky Sports. It's a really complicated deal as Chelsea paid 115 million euros for Romelu Lukaku 1 year ago. Now, I want to show you something Angelo... His name. Here we go. Mangianti, that's his. Angelo Mangianti. Now, he tweeted something. I want to see if that tweet is still there. Yeah, here we go. So, someone obviously tagged him on a particular post, and then Angelo said Chelsea are in the race for Ousmane Dembele. Tuchel already wanted him last year, so apparently it's not even this year's situation with Ousmane Dembele. Tuchel apparently wanted him since last year. Lukaku, who could return to Inter, will be sold instead. So, look, before we talk about all the other, sort of news in regards to this, I want to now talk about Romelu Lukaku. I tweeted something out, and I'm going to share that later on. The way I feel about Romelu Lukaku, I remember so distinctly from last summer, it was between Haaland and Lukaku. And at the end, look, we just needed a striker, and we were so happy as a fan base to get Romelu Lukaku, majority of them. I know there was certain parts that weren't entirely happy, but majority were very, very happy. And the whole story of Romelu Lukaku coming back to Stamford Bridge, coming back to Chelsea, unfinished business, it felt like it was written in the stars. It felt like, a kid that left had come back as a man, but little that we knew how much of a petulant kid this guy still is. He's so deluded as well. I feel like he's very deluded. He's egotistic. There's no doubt about that. I don't buy what Thomas Tuchel said recently. He's not egotistic. I feel like he's egotistic. Why is there so much rumors about this guy? Honestly, do you know what? We bought him, as I said, happy. Then he started off well. Arsenal game, Aston Villa. It wasn't as if we weren't playing to his strength. We were playing to his strength. We were hitting the ball early to him. He was scoring goals. But then there was a lull, and there's gonna be a period of lull in a particular season. You're not gonna absolutely smash through the season. There's gonna be adversity, and you're gonna have to learn how to deal with it. You did not learn how to handle that situation. You felt sad that, that Chelsea weren't playing to your strengths. you should have understood. Maybe we were just going through a bad patch, and then you got injured as well. And straight after you got injured, you were injured for a little while. Straight after you got injured, you got tested positive. You were out from the team for a very long time, and then we had the Chilwell injury as well, which really decimated the way we played. On top of that, Reece James got injured. Our football wasn't as fluent as you wanted it to be, my man. And then you go on to do an interview out of nowhere, like RKO. Do you know what I mean? Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere. And you absolutely destroyed the whole situation all on your own. No one even knew you were doing the interview. You didn't even take any permission from no one. Thomas Tuchel was absolutely bemused at what was said. The whole fan base was bemused. You go on and say how much you love Inter, how much you didn't want to leave them, how much you dream about going back to them, how much you love Lautaro Martinez, this, that, the other, that you've always expected after Inter Milan, that it should have been Bayern or Barcelona or Real Madrid. It was you. It was you who killed it. I mean, honestly, even through all of that, Thomas Tuchel was so nice throughout that whole process, along with everything that has happened to us. Every press conference, Thomas Tuchel would get absolutely hammered by Romelu Lukaku's situation. And Thomas Tuchel, credit to him that he's carried that situation so well. If it was Pep Guardiola or if it was Jurgen Klopp, I kid you not, this player would not even seen a single minute. But even after that, Thomas Tuchel did try his best to bring this player in, find some confidence in this particular player. But what does this player do? No effort, no desire, intensity to do well for Chelsea Football Club. You've played in the Club World Cup, you've scored goals as well, yet he could not, Thomas Tuchel still could not get you to just forget about the whole situation. The way he moved up until probably right at the end of the season when we played against Leeds, Wolves, where Romelu Lukaku started to someone look like himself, moved a lot better, looked a lot more healthier, looked a lot more sharper in terms of, maybe he lost a bit of weight. What's with this? What's with this Romelu Lukaku? You find adversity and you want to get fat. You've done that with Man United as well, where I remember he started to look bulky. Now, whether that's our illusion, whether it's just you moving lethargically, making it look like you're bulky, bottom line is you did not try enough. I said it in my recent video. Probably 75% is Chelsea's Romelu Lukaku's fault, because it was him who did the interview. It was him who didn't have the effort. It was him who did not have the focus. And probably 25% the way we could not, deploy him. But now I'm seeing all these sort of rumors, and we get back to this again. You wanting to speak, your lawyers are wanting to speak to Inter Milan. What happened to recently, where there was some communication apparently that you want to sit down with Thomas Tuchel and the new owners and see what you can do? Do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? This has to go down as one of the biggest blunders in our footballing history. I swear. Even Saul still looks better than this. At least with Saul, we knew from the get-go, well, okay, it didn't work out. And then slowly, at least he was trying to put some effort in. You could always see he was trying his best. He was just not good enough at times. And even at the end, he looked okay. Even Morata, at least he was doing his level best to score, but he just couldn't score. And then mental torture just got too much of him. This brother, Romelu Lukaku, it's like his ego has been hurt when you're the one who hurt our fan base. We did everything possible to bring you here. We are paying you such good money as well. We are paying you top dollars. And you can't have the heart, the intention to at least try for Chelsea Football Club. 4 more seasons to go, 4 years left in the contract, and you're already sending your lawyers, this, that, the other, to see if you can come back to Inter Milan. And it looks like this is probably going to happen. And now, to be honest, the way I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it happens. I hope it happens, because I don't want any more. And this is straight from heart now, because there was a point there was a point where when he did the interview, I was like, do you know what? I don't like this guy. Get rid of him. Then I thought, do you know what? I hope he just scores goals and we can just get over it. And then right at the end of the season, I was like, you know what? Just keep him. Let's just see if we can do something with him. There's been so many comments in my video whenever I talked about Romelu Lukaku, people saying, "Now get rid of this guy, get rid of this guy." And I sort of thought, you know what? It's not easy to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. It won't be easy. We're going to make a lot of loss. Let's try and see what we can do. But now I'm thinking, do you know what? No, enough's enough. You can't even commit. You should be able to come out and say, "Nah, I'm fighting for Chelsea Football Club. I'm sticking around here. I've got unfinished business. I didn't want to start the way I started this season. I want to have a bigger impact." Now, instead, you're sending your lawyers around and you want to see if there is a way to get back to Inter Milan. What sort of message does that send to the Chelsea fan base in regards to your mindset, your personality? It seems so weak. Your mentality is so weak. I mean, look, Inter Milan and Romelu Lukaku's lawyer are meeting tomorrow. Lukaku has expressed his desire to return to Inter. The problem is the compensation Inter should pay to Chelsea. Look at this. All I want is a striker who cares and can actually finish up front. Yeah, there you go. It's mad. Chelsea and Inter are exploring a possible loan deal for Lukaku. However, Chelsea would ask for a loan fee of 12 million, which could cause a problem. An option to buy could also be included, or a structure that spreads payments over several seasons. Further goes on to say an unsanctioned injury and Thomas Tuchel's unwillingness to play to his strengths have left Lukaku unsettled at Chelsea. Look, there was a time, as I said, 25% fault is ours. There was a time where we weren't playing to his strength. I get that. But there's been so many times Thomas Tuchel persevered with him. It was probably until when we had the sanctions and there was the conversations about the club being sold is when he got completely dropped. His interview really, really hurt a lot of players, I know, within, because there are some Chelsea in the knows that's come out and said they've heard from certain players internally that they were really hurt by that whole interview. They've lost some sort of respect from Romelu Lukaku. But that time has lapsed and we were trying to get over it. But even now, why so much conversations about you trying to sneak your way back to Inter Milan? But you know what? Go. I've had enough. You can now go. Romelu Lukaku's representatives intend to speak to Chelsea soon to understand how they view his future. I mean, I'm sure even now Thomas Tuchel's probably thinking, nah, do you know what? That was a big mess. Let's try and cut losses. And this is probably a good idea. I like this attitude from Chelsea Football Club. Instead of persevering, this is what we used to do previously. Instead of persevering, maybe it's time now to understand a situation. And if it's not working out, let's cut losses and let's move on. Let's kill the virus and move on. He's super hungry. This is what Thomas Tuchel said when Romelu Lukaku signed. He's super hungry. He did everything to take his chance and make it happen. It was actually very important. It was his desire to rejoin Chelsea and finish his project and story at Chelsea in the way he wanted. It's mad. It's absolutely mad that what a turn this has taken. The briefing just last week was that Lukaku wanted to make it work at Chelsea. So this is from Simon Phillips. He's got internal connections. Now his dream is to return to Inter. This tells me he's getting hope from Inter's side that they can pull a deal off this summer. I was told yesterday Lukaku has not made up his mind. The fact that he thinks that there is a chance and he wants to explore it, that tells me everything that I need to know about this particular player. He should have not even contemplated anything else. He's got 4 years with Chelsea. He's getting paid well. He should be working hard for Chelsea Football Club. It's mad. I want to see what Vince replied. I think he has made up his mind based on his actions. If he sacked his agent, hired a new one, and have a transfer meeting with Inter Milan, he can't come back with a straight face and say he wants to make it work at Chelsea. He'll be lying to himself and Chelsea. Yeah, he sacked his agent recently, hired a new one, and looks like he's going for Inter Milan again. This is what I tweeted, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? At first, I was so upset with Lukaku and his infamous interview that I wanted him gone. Then I thought, F it. Let's just get him to score. Finally, I was like, you know what? I hope he does well for us as long as he can focus. Now I want him gone again. Like all this stuff about him, talking, with Inter Milan, his lawyer and whatnot, and trying to find a way to get through to Inter Milan just makes me sick. And as I said, this type of player is only going to cause havoc in the dressing room, and I can't have that next season. I need players that are going to be dedicated to Chelsea Football Club, and I need players that are going to be wanting to fight for Thomas Tuchel. I don't think this guy is keen to do that. Now, off the back of that, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting rumored, and this means we need to go to the market and buy someone. If we lose Romelu Lukaku, which I'm okay with right now, I thought maybe we could do with him. Maybe if he stuck around, we can play to his strengths, but F that all. Honestly, F that all. This guy is trying to see if he can go back to Inter Milan. He's not committed completely to Chelsea Football Club, which means now we have to look into the market. And this is the latest, ladies and gentlemen. Jonathan David, Darwin Nunez, and Ousmane Dembele and Chelsea targets. Tuchel would love to sign Robert Lewandowski, but the Bayern Munich striker wants to join Barcelona. As I said, look, I know he wants to join Barcelona. That's another issue with Robert Lewandowski. When your heart is set to a particular club, is it wise to bring you to Chelsea when you didn't want to join Chelsea? But with Barcelona and their financial issues, I'm not sure if Robert Lewandowski is going to be able to make it there. Barca would have to sell a whole heap of players just to make this happen. Darwin Nunez is probably closer to Man United than us. Jonathan David is not someone that I personally think is completely Chelsea quality, Chelsea level. Ousmane Dembele, I've got no doubt we are in a huge shout for this particular player as one of our marquee signings, as we already saw previously in one of the tweets that Thomas Tuchel wanted Ousmane Dembele since last season. So look out for that. Thomas Tuchel wants new forwards this summer and is monitoring Raheem Sterling. And that's the other thing. I've seen a few comments as well, people stating that maybe false nine is the way. I personally would like a number 9, a genuine striker who can just put chances away. But if it's a fluid front three and we play with a false nine situation, can Raheem Sterling do the job? He's tried to do that with Man City. He's done an okay job. He's generally good on the left side or on the right, most specifically on the left. But as he matures, maybe he could do a bit of madness with, Havertz and hopefully Ousmane Dembele and whoever else that we have in our team later on, Mason Mount and whatnot. So look, I'm not ruling out Raheem Sterling either. Raheem Sterling's turning 27, so he's at that age where he's mature enough to really push on and do well. So look, and he may be looking for a new challenge. Whether he joins a different Premier League team, I'm not sure. But this whole Romelu Lukaku situation is too sour for me now, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's better to let the player do what he wants to do as well and let the club move on. The club is too big for this particular player. He's done too much damage. He talks too much. He creates too much havoc, and he unsettles the dressing room hell of a lot of time, and I can't have that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about Romelu Lukaku. I think this is a transfer that needs to happen. Yeah, unfortunately, it needs to happen. I thought maybe we could stick around, but looks like Romelu Lukaku maybe has other plans. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.